Every successful person you admire, whether it's an entrepreneur, a leader, or a creator, has one thing in common. They know how to manage their day. People often talk about managing businesses, managing people, managing money, but very few talk about managing time. Yet, this is the one thing that controls everything else. Because if you can't manage your day, you can't manage your life. You see, success doesn't start with opportunity. It starts with discipline. And discipline begins the moment you open your eyes in the morning. Let me tell you something I learned early in my journey. The world doesn't reward the busy. It rewards the effective. And effectiveness starts with how you structure your 24 hours. The morning, your first battle. Your morning defines your day. When you wake up, the first hour decides whether you'll lead your day or your day will lead you. Most people open their phones before they open their minds. They start their day, reacting instead of creating. But successful people, they do the opposite. They understand that the first hour is sacred. It's the hour of clarity, the hour of vision, the hour of direction. When I wake up, I don't rush into noise. I spend the first minutes thinking, what's important today? What will make this day meaningful? What can I do today that will make my future self proud? That's how you take control. Because the truth is, you can't control how your day will go, but you can control how you start it. Your morning sets the tone. It's like a compass. If your compass points in the right direction early, the rest of your day naturally follows. The power of small wins. People often chase big victories. Promotions, success, money, recognition. But life doesn't give you those every day. What it gives you are small opportunities, tiny chances to build momentum. Do you know what successful people do? They collect small wins. They turn simple actions into powerful progress. Finishing your morning exercise. Reading 10 pages of a book. Planning your top 3 priorities for the day. These may look small, but they build confidence, energy, and momentum. And momentum is everything, because once you have momentum, you become unstoppable. So instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity, ask yourself, what can I do right now, today, to move one step closer to my dream? Even the biggest mountains are conquered step by step. Success is not about doing everything in one day. It's about doing the right things every day. The midday test. By midday, something interesting happens. Most people lose focus. Energy drops. Distractions rise. The phone rings. Emails flood in. Your mind starts to wander. This is the test that separates the great from the average. Average people let the day drag them down. Successful people recenter. They take 5 minutes to step back, breathe, and ask, what's truly important for the rest of my day? They don't let urgency replace importance, because urgency is noisy, but importance is quiet. Answering every message may feel productive, but it's not progress. Progress means working on what truly matters. So, if you want to manage your day effectively, protect your energy. Don't waste your mental power on things that don't move your dream forward. Remember this rule. Focus on progress, not on activity. Time as your currency. Think about your time like money. You have 1,240 minutes each day, and every minute you spend is gone forever. So, how are you spending your minutes? Are you investing them, or are you wasting them? People say they want success, but they spend hours scrolling, comparing, gossiping. Then they say, I wish I had more time. But time is not something you find. It's something you create through priorities. Successful people treat time like gold. They invest it wisely because they know every minute compounds into their future. They don't waste it proving themselves to others. They use it to improve themselves. When you value your time, you start valuing your life. And when you value your life, you start building success. The power of planning, one of the simplest, yet most powerful habits I ever learned, is planning the day before it begins. At night, take 10 minutes to plan your tomorrow. Write down 3 important goals. Not 30, just 3. Why? Because clarity beats complexity. If you wake up without a plan, your day becomes a reaction to everyone else's priorities. But if you wake up with direction, you own your day before it even starts. When you go to sleep with purpose, you wake up with focus. So, plan your day like a professional, live it like a champion, and review it like a student. That's how you master every single day. The mindset that changes everything. Your day will not always go perfectly. You will face problems, delays, and disappointments. That's life. But here's what I learned. It's not what happens during your day that defines you. It's how you respond. When things go wrong, most people complain. Successful people adapt. They see challenges as lessons, not losses. They ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That mindset turns every bad day into a better future. Because success doesn't come from avoiding problems. It comes from learning through them. The evening reflection at the end of your day. Don't just collapse and scroll. Take 10 minutes to look back. Ask yourself, what did I achieve today? What did I learn? What can I improve tomorrow? Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Without reflection, every day becomes repetition. But with reflection, every day becomes a stepping stone toward mastery. The great ones, the real achievers, don't just live their days. They learn from them, and that's why every day makes them stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. Chapter 1. Closing, the first step toward mastery. So, my friends, remember this. You don't need to control your whole life. You only need to control your day, because your life is built day by day, decision by decision, habit by habit. Manage your day well, and your future will manage itself. Tomorrow is not promised, but today, this very day, is your opportunity to rise, to grow, and to lead yourself toward greatness. So, start small, but start strong. Own your morning. Guard your time. End your day with purpose. Because how you live each day is how you live your life. If you want to change your life, don't start with your goals. Start with your discipline. Because no dream, no matter how big, will ever become reality without discipline guiding your day. We all have 24 hours, but the truth is, time is not the problem. Our habits are. Some people spend their days reacting to everything that happens, while others design their days with intention and purpose. That's the difference between drifting and directing, between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one. Success isn't about luck. It's about structure. If you want to rise, you must build daily habits that make success inevitable. The morning mindset. Discipline begins. Before sunrise, discipline starts the moment your alarm rings. Most people hit snooze, and in that tiny decision, they've already lost the first battle of the day. Because every time you choose comfort over commitment, you train your mind to give up on yourself. But successful people, they understand that discipline is freedom. When you control your mornings, you control your momentum. The first 60 minutes after waking up are your foundation. What you do in that hour sets the tone for the next 23. Use it to think, to plan, to grow. Read something powerful. Write your thoughts. Move your body. Don't start your day with noise. Start it with nurture. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start with purpose. The power of routine. Let me tell you something about success. It doesn't happen once in a while. It happens every day. A well-managed day runs on routines, not randomness. Jack Ma once said, "Today is difficult. Tomorrow is more difficult. But the day after, tomorrow is beautiful." But the only way to reach that beautiful day is through discipline, by creating structure, even when life feels uncertain. Build simple, repeatable systems that make success automatic. For example, start your day with a clear list of priorities. Work in focused blocks, not endless hours. Schedule breaks, not to escape work, but to protect your energy. Review your goals at the same time each evening. The mind loves patterns. The body loves rhythm. And when both work in harmony, your day becomes effortless. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. Guarding against distraction. Distraction is the silent thief of your potential. It doesn't take your time all at once. It steals it minute by minute, scroll by scroll, until your day disappears. Think about it. How often do you say, "I'll just check this one thing," and suddenly an hour is gone? In this modern world, attention is the new currency. If you can control your attention, you can control your destiny. That's why successful people design their environments to protect focus. They turn off unnecessary notifications. They schedule time for deep work. They avoid multitasking because they know that doing one thing with full presence is worth more than doing 10 things halfway. The secret is simple. Be where your hands are. When you work, work. When you rest, rest. When you're with family, be fully present. Because scattered attention creates scattered results. 4. Turning boring into powerful. Most people fail not because they lack motivation, but because they get bored with consistency. They want excitement, newness, constant change. But success is built in the boring moments, the repetition, the patience, the steady progress that no one applauds. When you repeat the same positive habits every day, they become your silent superpower. Greatness hides inside the things you do when no one is watching. Don't look for motivation every morning. Build habits that don't depend on motivation at all. Because motivation starts your journey, but discipline finishes it. If you only work when you feel inspired, you'll never go far. But if you work when it's hard, when it's quiet, when no one notices, that's when you separate yourself from the crowd. The midday reset. Every day has a breaking point. A moment when your mind feels tired, your focus starts to fade, and your willpower begins to drop. Most people push through in frustration, producing less and less. But successful people pause. They reset, take a short walk, stretch, breathe. Step away for a few minutes to realign your thoughts. Because rest is not the enemy of discipline. It's part of it. Your mind is like a muscle. It grows through cycles of focus and recovery. Without rest, focus weakens. Without focus, discipline dies. So when your energy dips, don't quit, recharge, then return stronger and sharper. Managing your energy, not just your time. You can't manage your day if you don't manage your energy. Think about it. Even if you have 10 hours of free time, if you're mentally exhausted, that time is useless. So, success isn't about how much time you have. It's about how much energy you bring to each hour. Protect your energy like it's gold. Feed your body with good habits. Eat well, move daily, sleep enough. Feed your mind with positivity. Read inspiring stories. Stay around people who challenge you, not drain you. Time is limited. Energy is renewable. If you learn to renew your energy, you'll never run out of productivity. Evening discipline. Finishing strong. The way you end your day is just as important as how you start it. Many people end their day in chaos. Emails, screens, and endless thinking. But successful people end with order. Before you sleep, take a few minutes to review. What did I accomplish today? What can I do better tomorrow? What am I grateful for right now? This simple practice rewires your brain for progress. It replaces stress with structure, and it prepares your mind for another powerful day ahead. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Even small progress done daily creates unstoppable momentum torti. A turn. The real reward of disciplined people. Think discipline is hard, but do you know what's harder? Living with regret. When you waste your days, you waste your life. But when you live with discipline, you live with pride. You start to trust yourself. You start to believe in your ability to keep promises to yourself. That's when your confidence grows. Not from external success, but from internal mastery. Discipline doesn't restrict you. It frees you. From procrastination, from self-doubt, from chaos. Because once you master your day, nothing outside can control you. The invisible strength success is not loud. It's quiet. It's built in the hours no one sees, in the choices no one celebrates. If you can be disciplined in your days, success will be drawn to you like gravity. Remember this: you don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your discipline. So, make your discipline your strength. Make your habits your foundation. And make your day your masterpiece. Every single day. Because when you build discipline today, tomorrow starts taking care of itself. Success doesn't happen in one big moment. It's not a lightning strike. It's not a single lucky opportunity. Success happens quietly, inside the rhythm of your everyday life. It's the way you handle your mornings, your attitude toward challenges, your consistency in the face of boredom, and the choices you make when no one is watching. Every great success story you've ever heard, every entrepreneur, every leader, every visionary, they didn't find success. They built it, one well-managed day at a time. And that's what this chapter is about. Turning your ordinary days into a system for extraordinary success. The power of daily purpose. Every day must have a purpose. Without it, your actions scatter like dust in the wind. Ask yourself every morning, why am I doing what I'm doing today? When you wake up with purpose, even the smallest tasks feel meaningful. When you lose purpose, even the biggest goals feel empty. Successful people don't live each day by accident. They live by intention. Their mornings are designed. Their priorities are clear. Their energy is directed, because purpose is the fuel that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary progress. If you wake up without a purpose, your mind drifts. But when you wake up with one clear mission, your mind aligns. So don't just wake up to work. Wake up to win your day with clarity and passion. Creating success systems. 1. Of the greatest lessons I learned is that motivation fades. But systems never do. Motivation is a feeling. Systems are habits, and habits are stronger than moods. When you rely on motivation, you'll work only when you feel good. When you rely on systems, you'll work even when you don't. Design your daily systems so success becomes automatic. For example, have a fixed time to wake up and start your day. Set specific time blocks for deep work. No distractions, no interruptions. Schedule breaks, not randomly, but intentionally. End your day by reviewing your wins and planning tomorrow. These systems turn your days into a cycle of growth. And when your days improve, your future follows. The art of saying no. Most people don't fail because they can't do enough. They fail because they do too much. They say yes to everything. But the truth is, every yes to something meaningless is a no to something important. Successful people protect their time fiercely. They know what matters and what doesn't. They choose focus over chaos, depth over distraction. You don't need to do more to succeed. You need to do less, but do it better. When you say no to unnecessary noise, your life becomes clearer, your energy becomes sharper, and your results become exponential. So, turning problems into progress. Every day brings problems, that's guaranteed. But how you respond to them defines your growth. When something goes wrong, most people complain, "Why is this happening to me?" Successful people ask, "What is this teaching me?" That one question turns pain into power. Jack Ma once said, "Today is difficult. Tomorrow is more difficult. But the day after tomorrow is beautiful." Most people die tomorrow evening. What does that mean? It means most people quit before they see progress. They give up in the middle, when things are hardest. But if you learn to manage your day through difficulties, to stay calm, think clearly, and act wisely, you'll move forward while others give up. Success is not about avoiding problems. It's about transforming them into lessons, because the person who learns from a tough day never has a wasted day. The power of compounding days. Here's a truth most people overlook. Success compounds. One disciplined day doesn't seem like much, but 30 disciplined days can transform your mindset. And 365 disciplined days can transform your entire life. Every good decision you make adds up like drops of water filling a bucket. At first you see nothing, then suddenly it overflows. That's how success feels. Invisible at first, unstoppable later. So, don't underestimate the small wins you collect every day. Don't say, "It's just 1 hour," or "It's just one task," because that 1 hour, that one task, that one choice might be the beginning of your breakthrough. Your future isn't built in years. It's built in days, and those days are built by habits. The role of reflection and growth at the end of each day. Spend time in reflection, not to judge yourself, but to understand yourself. Ask, what did I do right today? What distracted me? How can I improve tomorrow? This simple act turns experience into wisdom. Think of it like sharpening your sword. Each reflection makes you stronger, smarter, more aware. Because if you live each day without reflection, you repeat mistakes. But if you learn from each day, you accelerate success. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens through awareness, and awareness is built through reflection. Balancing work, rest, and life. Managing your day isn't just about working harder. It's also about knowing when to rest. Even machines need maintenance. Your mind and body do, too. Don't confuse being productive with being busy. You can't pour from an empty cup. Success requires both action and restoration. Spend time with your family. Laugh, read, disconnect from the noise. These moments of peace are not wasted. They're recharging your focus. A truly successful person doesn't just manage their work. They manage their energy, emotions, and relationships. Because a well-balanced day leads to a well-balanced life. Taint from daily discipline to lifelong legacy. What you do in a single day might seem small, but one day, repeated with purpose, becomes your routine. That routine becomes your habit. And those habits become your legacy. The people who achieve Greatness don't just live busy days. They live intentional days. They understand that every sunrise brings a new opportunity to build, to learn, to impact, and every sunset is a chance to reflect, to appreciate, and to prepare for more. If you manage your days well, life will take care of itself. Because greatness is not built on what you do occasionally. It's built on what you do consistently. The day that builds your destiny. So, my friends, remember this. You can't change your past. You can't control your future, but you can always master your day. Your day is your power. Your schedule is your secret weapon. How you spend your hours decides who you become. Wake up with purpose. Work with focus. Rest with gratitude. Repeat it every single day. Because when you manage your days with discipline, passion, and intention, you don't just build success, you build a life that inspires others to believe they can do the same. Every great achievement begins with one perfectly managed day. Let today be that day.